Hi, hello, I'm Balade. I do know that some of you might be expecting me to drop a rhyme. Sad to tell you that it's slightly out of line because such things only happen once in a while. But for this one time, let our thoughts just align as we'll be discussing the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival issue. So for this issue, we're going to be going on a journey back in time, back down memory lane, back to 1989. Because like they say, nothing new happens under the sun. So this is gonna be a time before we Gen Z is the best gen. We're born. I mean, look at us now, dragging gen like we pass our neighbors, you millennials. But basically, what happened in this case was that it was a football match. So all my football fans in the house say hi. No, don't. But basically, it was a football match, FA Cup semi-finals between Nottingham Forest and Liverpool. And just before the match started, a portion of the stadium collapsed because they allowed more attendees than the stadium could hold into the stadium, and it crushed close to more than 90 persons. And the match went on 5 minutes afterwards because no one actually knew what had happened. And similar to the Travis Scott case, Travis continued performing 30 minutes afterwards. Slightly large difference, but I mean, it's just the fact that he continued performing afterwards. So similarly to these two cases, what we're going to see, what can we foresee? I think first of all, we're going to foresee a number of suits. So in legal terms, this is what we call a floodgate, and the court is going to be very conservative about this to kind of close the floodgate. So you see, because I mean, it's more or less like cashing out season for everyone that went to the festival. Lawyers would want to make money from this because I mean, settlements are gonna be flying left and right. But definitely, some people would actually have legitimate claims. And for those who have legitimate claims, what can they claim for? Number one, you can claim for negligence. Number two, you can claim for psychological damage. But for psychological damage, of course, it's gonna take a slightly conservative view because in English law, you have to be directly related to the person who was injured for you to be able to claim. I mean, there will be people who did have siblings and loved ones there, so they would be able to claim. What are you likely to hear Travis say? Travis is gonna do what I would call legal snitching. So he's gonna point fingers at every other person who is more culpable or in quote more guilty than he is. So the event promoter, sure, the venue owner, definitely, the city police, of course, his lawyer is already doing that, the paramedics. You'd see that's probably what's going to happen. And he's also going to snitch on the persons that did attend the concert. I mean, he wouldn't say he's snitching on them, but his lawyer is going to argue for contributory negligence. He's going to say they were unruly. But little do you know that even Travis more or less encouraged them to, what's it called, in quotes, rage. So these are things you would want to take account. What I think is definitely going to happen in the future, and I feel like it shouldn't happen, is the fact that Travis is going to try to settle everyone. I feel like one person shouldn't take the settlement. I feel like that person should make their case known to the court and more or less get the court to declare safety procedures for festival goers, because clearly the city has failed in this role. That's why an issue like this could happen. So I mean, if the city doesn't right its wrong already, I feel like the court should help the city right its wrong. What's my advice to young entertainers? I mean, check out the venue where you want to perform, check out the number of people. Do you think it is safe enough? These are things that you do have to check to prevent liabilities in future. And as much as you want the rage, as much as you want the hype and the energy, try to be considerate about it. Look around, know where you are, see the space. Don't do things like throwing money into the crowd because people are going to fight. Don't throw your shirts. You can auction these things and do a giveaway, more or less. I mean, there are other ways and more reasonable ways to go about these things, and that's just my legal 2 cents on this tragic event. My sincere condolence to everyone who lost their lives and their family members around them. Thank you.